Hello, hello, and welcome to Old Dad's World.
Hello, hello. Old Dad here. And, well, I named it Leave It Better Than We Found It because, well, I'd say this turned out pretty okay. It, to me, it looks nice. We went with the small building, added to it, added another building, found a village, and just, it was funny because, like, there was a couple houses there that I built. And what's funny about it is I had decided early goings that I would make certain areas and do certain things in places, and I changed the blocks. And after I was done, I looked around and I was like, oh, wait, I still got these to do. And I'm happy I did them. So now anytime I come here, I get to see this. I get to be part of this. This was a good fun build. And it was a build. So it wasn't like the whole leaving my netherite behind or anything like that. The goal was to be in a place far enough away to where we, well, where we see the new stuff. And that failed because, as it turns out, we found out along the way that I was already here. And this is the place where we did up for the villagers. I like to do a. I can't say I always do a place for villages or villagers or whatever, but if I see them, I like to help them out. I like to give them a better place to live. And that's what we did here. And we set up little work areas, little stations. I really liked how this all turned out. And leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought of it. So, along with the builds and everything like that, we made gear. And that goes back to way back, young lad. He was just like, you should make a gear for every place, special gear for every place that you go to, and have that gear for that place. Well, I have gear for here, which is my leather. And this is my Java world. This is set in normal, locked in. But I still like leather armor. And even with armor trims, I still like leather armor. I don't even know. I think it's because I feel like I'm setting myself up or something. I'm not 100%. Maybe the fact that I got told once upon a time that if I wore leather, I'd be dead instantly, and then a creeper blew up while I was wearing leather and I lived. And I was like, woohoo! Oh, and we found that armor trim. So I was able to duplicate it and I was able to make my armors. And I made pretty good armors. Now, granted, I had a mob farm. We started out making a mob farm. We found the shipwreck. We found the village. We was able to get gear. We was able to make gear. We made this house, which I kind of like because I don't know if I've ever done a house to where I didn't strip it or use planks or anything like that, just use logs. One of the early things we did, we made a cobblestone generator because I thought I was going to need a whole lot more stone than I ended up needing. And it was funny because whenever I made it, I almost burnt down the whole place. That's why there's all the cobblestone above it. And yeah, I love this. I love this build. I love this setup. Even got me some lava, some dripstone, uh, making me a lava farm. And those are the two houses I was telling you about where I seen the thing on the ground and I was like, oh, wait a minute. I told myself I would build something here. So I built couple little places. And it'd be great because if ever my world turned to a server or something like that, I mean, it would be just come on and move in. There's so many places, so many sets of armor because I just keep doing armor for every base. It would just be move in and have at. Um, there's been plenty times even in the Nether where I was just looking for, say, another Electra, and I take down the whole End City, I think it's what it's called, and I take down that whole thing. And basically, all I'm doing here is just showing you around. That water right there, I poured that bucket because that's a pretty deep hole, and that way I can go down. And all these little houses along the way is just because if you're walking and you're not flying, which for the most part I wasn't, you'll want a place to stop off and just be safe. And that is what these are. These are just places to stop off and be safe. And I ended up making another kind of mini base right here. I love it because I say that the first tree farm I ever had was just planting trees. And oh man, the first time I ever did that, I planted like so many trees. It was like a week's worth of just every time I turned around, I get saplings and plant them and plant them and plant them. And my son promised that he would come over when he came over, he would cut down the trees for me. So I just spent the entire week planting trees. Well, when he saw it, he was like, "What is that? That's too much. That's too much." And he burned them down. And I didn't touch the game for like another month. And you know, it's funny because he won't let anybody do anything like that to me anymore because he knows that that's disheartening and I may step away from the game for a while. And I absolutely love this game, so I appreciate him for that. Though, you know, I was just like, why would you burn down all my trees? And in retrospect, there was like several hundred trees by the time he got there. So tell me what you think of the area. Tell me what you think of the base and the whole, I guess, farm. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate you all, and I will see you next time. Later.